Divine timing is real. Yes, it is. Oh, I gotta read this little poem just since I have a butterfly on my shirt. You guys see this? Become the change. We all need to become the change. We should want to become the change. Look at the world that we live in. We live in a sad world, guys. Starts with us to make a change in the world. Starts inside of us. Then we can help other people change. And then our energy will just flow and other people will want to change based on goodness they see in us. Divine timing is real. The caterpillar enjoys the energy of being grounded as much as it will enjoy the energy of being a butterfly in the sky. This is because one cannot exist without the other, and every phase of the cycle is equally as necessary as the next. You will have less worry in your life when you can appreciate all of the moments of becoming who you are. Don't just appreciate it, enjoy it. Exactly. Every step of your life, every day, every phase, every experience is necessary on your journey through life. You are more okay than you think. Yes, you are. Yes, I am. Complaining is something that seems to come so easy and naturally to us, but the problem is complaints have no magic. If you catch yourself complaining, just don't. Complaining will never change anything. They don't make anyone's day better and they don't help any situation. Try going on a complaint cleanse. Monitor when complaints pop into your mind. And instead of saying them out loud, let them go. Exactly. When we do this, we allow for our language to be part of how we make the world more magical and more peaceful. I may stumble, but I stand up more than I fall down. Yes, I do. We all will fall down. That's a part of life. But the point is, how many times are you going to get up? I've got up so many times and I will continue to. But then you just start falling less, I think. Once you learn how to get up after you fall, you start to fall less. Or it doesn't bother you as much when you do fall because you know the fall was for a reason and you learn from it. The universe is guiding us every single day. Notice, pay attention. We spend so much of our time focusing on our missteps. When we trip and fall, we seem to only obsess over the 10 seconds we were on the ground rather than the rest of our day spent walking perfectly fine. Similarly, in life, we let one heavy moment, month, or year get in the way of our ability to see that we are okay so much more than we are not okay. Falling down does not make us who we are. Standing up does. Rising and continuing to move forward does. Spend less time focusing on our missteps and more time focusing on all the great things we've done in life. Don't let a bad day ruin your next day. And that's what a lot of people do, I think. You have a bad day, then it flows into the next day, and then it flows into the next day, and then it's just this never-ending off days that you can control. You are in control of your destiny. You are in control of how your days goes. You are in control of your life. If you are aware of this, no one's day is what you think it is. Be extra loving if you can. Yes, be extra loving. All have off days, but we can't just accept it for what it is. If you can start thinking to yourself, I'm gonna have a good day, I don't want to have as many bad days, I want to feel good today. That's also the key. You can't start your day and this is down. Your feeling is a huge key. If you're feeling down every day, that is what's going to manifest you around you in different ways. The experiences that you have, the people that you run into, how your day goes is based off of your feelings and how you feel about the day. If you're every day feeling down about the day, you're never going to enhance your experiences. It's just not possible. You have to enhance how you feel before your day-to-day experiences can enhance. That's just how it works. It all starts with you and being in control of your thoughts and your feelings. And then your outer world changes. It's crazy. It's so real. That's how it works. So much to be grateful for. There's thousands of things you can be grateful for. You could fill up a notebook if you really think in depth of just every little thing. You can even just start with things within you. Like being able to see, being able to hear, being able to learn, being able to walk, being able to feel, being able to experience life, being able to breathe and stand and do, like, there's like, the list is just crazy. Your heart beating every day. You could be the sign or the inspiration someone is looking for to know the simplicity of living with lovingness. Don't keep your sweetness inside of you or keep it exclusive to your inner circle. Let it be a part of how you move through the world. That's how I move through the world. Let's be nicer to people. Let's be nicer to each other. It makes a difference. Be the person who gives $1 to someone in need on the street, waves at your neighbor, and smiles at a child walking by. Exactly. Like these little things make a difference. Like, to each person, you may not think it does, but just by being nice to people who you don't even know, like, it's slowly changing the world. I really believe it. Like, we need more love and nice people and in the world. We have all experienced instances in life where a loved one or even a stranger is sharp or harsh with us. Exactly. And that's not good. And then you're like, why is that person so mean? But for me, it's like, okay, obviously that person is kind of like, that person must be going through something. That person is having a bad day and I'm not meant to understand it. Let me send them some love. I've seen people react back to negative energy with the same energy, but that's not going to do anything. That doesn't benefit anyone. What benefits the world is reacting with a different energy. React with the more loving energy. That's what this is saying. But we should ask ourselves, why affirm negative energy when we can just as easily transform it into positive energy? Exactly what I was just saying. Be the reason someone realizes how simple it is to be nice. Be someone's muse in that way. It's so easy to be nice. It's like the easiest thing in the whole world. Be nice to people, even people you don't know. Why not? Send a compliment to somebody. Just be nice. Being nice to another person usually will make their whole day. And why not make another person feel good? I like doing that. Spirit is never holding us back from an attitude adjustment. Only the ego does that. With every new day and even every new minute, we have the opportunity to reset our attitude and change our perspective. There will always be people and circumstances that trigger our anger, sadness, or resentment. But when we allow those emotions to stay on a loop in our minds, that is on us, not them. Instead, if we let go and allow the new day to bring new energy, we are given a clean slate to really understand what is upsetting us and problem solve from a place of freshness rather than a place of hostility. When we have a better attitude, we create better solutions and we have a better life. Exactly. Better attitude, better mindset. Comes more clarity, which brings better solutions to your problems, and then a better life starts manifesting for you. That's how it works. Bring new energy to the day instead of otherwise every day you're waking up bringing the same low energy to the next day. Everyone, you're not going to escape having bad days sometimes, but you can escape from bringing those bad days into the next day and bringing that low energy into the next day and then bringing it to the next day and then being in this never-ending loop of low energy and never being able to create better experiences because you're trapped in this energy, this not so good energy. Every second of every day is a new chance to recreate yourself. And everything will work out as it should. Release judgment. Replace it with loving kindness. Release pressure. Replace it with care. Release comparison. Replace it with gratitude. To reach our most divine potential, we must shed what does not serve us and exchange it with what does. Judgment does not feel good. It does not feel good to be judged, nor does it feel good to judge others. When we are feeling judged, we often react by responding with judgment. There are two problems with this strategy. One, when we respond with judgment, we lose the ability to peacefully resolve a situation. The other problem is that we lose the ability to access peace of mind. Judgmental thinking is negative thinking, and negative thinking usually triggers more negative thinking. Don't allow judgment to poison your positive thought flow. The better you are with yourself and your thoughts and everything that you do throughout the day, you're able to better give and be better to others. Nothing is done to you, it's done for you. That's a good way to look at things, especially when things aren't going exactly how you envision, but everything happens as it should. And you have to figure out the lesson behind what's happening. You may not always be able to figure out what you're supposed to learn with that lesson, but you just need to know that every day, every second, you are where you should be, and everything is as it should be. And then the more you're able to accept, the more things are able to flow. Connection knows that everything we accomplish in life is much more fulfilling when we help others along the way. We don't let the spirit of comparison and competition take you somewhere fast, when the spirit of collaboration can take you someplace far instead. There's more than enough to go around for everyone. This world and this universe is like a never-ending source of abundance. Everyone has an equal opportunity to get as much as they want. Everyone has an equal opportunity for complete happiness, for complete love, for the full life. There's never taking or this person has this, so there's not enough for you. That's not how the world works. You should want everyone to win. I want us all to win. I want us all to win whatever winning means for you. No two people are the same, and no two people experience or process a situation the same way. Leave room for the other person's point of view. It matters. Our reality is not the only reality. It is not wise for us to believe that our reality is the only correct one. We are not here to see things the same way. We are here to share ideas and be in community with each other. And we can only do that by respecting each other's perspectives so that we may co-create a culture where everyone is better loved and kept safe. Don't let any situation cause you to create blocks between you and your ability to give love and empathy. Be fearless enough to love without barriers. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Let the enduring strength of love carry you through whatever you encounter in life. This is what it means to truly live with compassion. Our wisdom does not just come from what we learn, it also comes from what we unlearn. That's good. There's a lot of unlearning most people need to do by the way that we have been conditioned and things that we have gone through in life. There's a lot that we need to unlearn certain habits, unlearn certain thought processes. As we go through life, we begin to realize how much our experiences and environments are absorbed into our personality. For example, if we were raised in a home where people yelled when they were angry, then we are very likely to express ourselves in the same way when we get angry or accept that behavior from others. It is never too late to decide to break our habits or change our behavior. When we empower ourselves to unlearn unhealthy behavior, we create more space to learn new and improved ways of being in the world. So whether you do it on your own or with the help of others, unlearn a little. It may teach you more than you can ever imagine. Life teaches you things that you don't even realize, but if you look back, the way even from when you were a kid, experiences that you had shapes who you are, and you unconsciously become this person. Even if you lived a hard life, especially, you unconsciously develop these not so good habits and way of looking at people and things that aren't healthy or normal, which everyone's been through things, but living in this constant state of survival and negativity. And especially for me, I lived this type of life, and having to that's what I've done. I've had to slowly unlearn and try to break these mental ties of how I perceived life, because my mind was so, all I went through was struggle and negativity and just very bad things that I had to somehow disconnect and realize this isn't who I am. All the struggle happened to make me more empowered. Some people will get stuck in those hard times and will express themselves in the same way, which in turn will create the same life of what's going on around them, or they will break free from those patterns and realize they shouldn't be living that way and that's not who they are. All of that struggle empowered me to create a better person and create a better me. I had a lot of bad people in my past. Obviously, I can recognize who those bad people were, and started to, as I became more aware of myself and who I was and more in tune with my surroundings and my energy, I was able to more easily disconnect from these people. And some people are meant for those seasons of your life. We broke free of that. That's what matters. That's why I'm so grateful. All of that made me a warrior, made me strong, made me more powerful. I needed that. I needed all that. It is important to recognize that we are all one. You and your children are one. You and your neighbor are one. You and your partner are one. The dangers of the world are furthered only when we decide that suffering of others is not our problem. Do not live your life in a bubble, and if you do, let it be one that is large enough for all of humanity. Understanding oneness is the first step to understanding inner peace, outer peace, and holistic happiness. Let's create a large bubble of happiness for everyone. How do we do that? How can I create this large bubble of love and happiness? Seriously, help me create this. Move beyond tolerance. We are not on this planet to tolerate each other. We are here to love each other. We are here to look out for each other. We are here to see each other reach our individual and collective potential. Tolerance is a low-level energy. It has no wings. Unlike tolerance, love lives high. It flies. It has the power to bring us all to new heights. Yes, it does. Because there is no avoiding conflict in life, it is crucial that we learn to get good at disagreeing with each other. When we remember that not every difference in opinion is an attack, we are able to give the love, the respect, the compassionate listening required to handle conflict peacefully. Just because someone disagrees with us does not mean that they are against us. Because conflict puts us in such a defensive place, it can trigger anger, frustration, and fear, which often makes us lash out, lose our temper, or shut down. When we realize that there is no such thing as a conflict-free life, we can instead choose to view every conflict as an opportunity to interact with others with a wider heart. Rather than letting conflict prompt behavior that we may not be particularly proud of, let it instead act as a trigger to dive more deeply into loving kindness. The next time you find yourself in conflict, see it as an opportunity to show the power and bigness of your love. Don't be the reason someone feels insecure. Be the reason someone feels seen, heard, and supported by the entire universe, the entire endless, infinite universe that is full of abundance and everything, and full of love and full of light. And you are the universe. The universe is inside you if you just believe it, and you are just giving out this magnificent energy to create an amazing life and just spread love and happiness. Okay. The potential for our love to create a macro impact on the world is based on the amount of love we are able to put into our micro connections, because all our actions hold energy. Everything we do has the power to affect another person. How do you treat others? How do you talk to people? Whether it is your best friend or a stranger, be someone who sees them, who affirms their dignity, and who honors their humanity. Be the person who gives someone the relief of knowing that the world ain't so bad after all. Become the change in the world, please, everyone. Have joy. Oftentimes, when the world feels chaotic, we begin to feel as if it is somehow inappropriate to have joy. Have your joy. Joy is a form of radical self-care. Joy energizes us to take on even the most difficult circumstances. When we have joy, especially in the midst of challenging times, we are saying to the world, I will define the current state of the world around me instead of allowing it to define me. Today, regardless of what is happening, empower yourself by embracing your joy. Exactly. This is so true. That's just another way I was able to just change things around me and escape all the toxic things, because I was just like I don't want to be negative. I just want to be happy. Let me just be happy, even though I'm in this very bad place year after year after year after year. Like, I just want to be happy. Let me just be happy, even though I'm homeless, even though I'm in these negative environments. I'm just going to choose to be happy. This doesn't define me. I didn't even realize it at the time, actually. Okay. That's good. I didn't even realize that I was choosing my thoughts even back then. And that's exactly how, just like I said earlier, when you choose how you, instead of reacting to your circumstances, changing how you feel in turn changes the world around you. If you don't let your circumstances, if they're bad, define you, then you will change your circumstances. You can never change your circumstances if you're stuck in this negative mindset. Nothing around you will change until you change you. Joy is a form of self-care. Joy energizes me. Sometimes it does feel how happy I am all the time. People have told me, like, why are you so happy? I'm like, why are you not so happy? Because I want to be happy. Let's be happy. It feels good to be happy. That's what I said. People have literally questioned my happiness. Even saying that out loud is crazy. That people question why you're so happy. Because I'm choosing to be happy. That's why I'm so happy. Our words are an extension of our energy. Our words also affirm our energy. If self-love is your struggle, say, I love you to yourself every single day. If you are looking to bring deeper connectivity to your relationships with others, let I love you be a declaration you frequently tell the people in your life. It feels good to say I love you. It feels good to let others know that you love them so they don't have to wonder. Affirming our feelings with our words is a way of actively and lovingly investing in the bond we have with ourselves and everyone else. I love me so much. I love you all who are listening. I love telling people I love them. Sometimes I'm like, dang, maybe I shouldn't say I love you so much. I never heard I love you much throughout my life. Maybe that's another reason why I just switched, because it feels good. It feels good to be loved. Of course, we all know that it feels good to hear someone say that they love you. There's not like more love. That's the key to all of this. More love. The most powerful thing we can do with what we choose is to regularly re-choose it. Relationships run on rededication and recommitment. No relationship can sustain itself on one big gesture or one moment of shining behavior. Harmony and stability in our relationship with ourselves, our family, our friends, our partners come from showing up every single day with a fresh desire for growth, intimacy, and goodness. Love cannot flourish on autopilot. It requires renewed devotion every moment of every day. Devote yourself to love. I devote myself to love every single day. It's easy. It's who we are. Vision becomes clouded from who you really are with how the world is and how a lot of people have grown up. But you can grow up a hard life and been through a lot of hard circumstances and choose to take your mind back to the true nature of who you are. Make sure the people who are closest to you know that you love them. And it's good to be reassured and reaffirm your love. Gratitude. Okay. Gratitude is a celebration we are all invited to. Exactly. I saw a sign in my hometown one day that said, until further notice, celebrating everything. Oh, not celebrating. Okay, let me start over. It says celebrate. I saw a sign in my hometown one day that said, until further notice, celebrate everything. I have always kept it in my heart as a daily mantra because it exemplifies the simplicity of gratitude. Oftentimes we think gratitude is this big and complicated idea, but gratitude is simple. It is a thank you to everything that everyone allowing you to be in your story while it unfolds. Our stories may take twists and turns that create barriers between us and our gratitude. But when we start by finding gratitude in small ways, we will begin to build the momentum we need to find gratitude in big ways. Creating a habit of gratitude also helps us find it when we need it most. Allow there to be a lightness in the journey of finding your gratitude, remembering it's a party to which you are always invited. That's good. Celebrate everything. Exactly what I've said so much. Every single thing around you is something to be grateful for if you look at it that way. Every single thing around you, every single part of who you are, every single part of your personality, every single part of your being, every single step of your day is something to be grateful for, literally. From the moment you wake up to everything that you can see with your vision, with your eyes right now. You're grateful for your eyes, grateful for your sense of smell, grateful for your touch, grateful for your hearing, grateful, everything. Grateful for the people in your life, grateful for the food, grateful for your home, just every single thing. Grateful for your feet touching the ground. Like literally, there's a never-ending list of things to be grateful for if you think about it, and that is amazing in itself. Like the list is never ending. Find your gratitude. Create the habit of gratitude, just like this says. It is a habit to create, and then it just becomes an easy thing to just look around, and then you may just be doing something, and then just like, oh my gosh, thank you for these dishes in my sink. Seriously, just every single thing. Thank you for this water touching my hands, that I'm able to wash my hands and I have soap. Thank you for these words that I'm able to speak. Thank you for this light that I'm able to see. Thank you for this love that I'm able to feel. Well, this just feels good. Who's ever listening, please take some of this in. That's just what I want. You belong here. And remember, life is bigger than the boxes we check along the way. That's a good point. The world is constantly asking us to identify who we are based on checking a box. We put so much pressure on ourselves to live within whichever box we are checking. But the most empowering thing we could ever do with boxes is design our own. You are not who you are because of which job, personality type, gender, or race box you check. You are who you are because you are not a box at all. And if you were a box, you would be one that is immense enough to hold all of the boxes that make you feel excited to be alive. So whether it is a writer, cook, accordion player, New York Times crossword puzzle champ, parent, dog walker, CEO, or lawyer, be all of the things. Express yourself. Don't walk around with the burden of unsaid things, unlived talents, and untold stories. Free yourself. Live out loud. Don't hold anything back. Say what you need to say. Ask what you need to ask. Learn what you need to learn. Standing up for ourselves and others is something we can always be proud of. Do not allow for darkness to spread because of your silence. Shine light with your voice and your actions instead. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for other people. Be a light in the world. Don't create more darkness. Help other people as much as you can. The time has always been now. The time is always right to begin. The time is always right to stop waiting on you. The time is always right to embrace your path, to accept what you had to walk through yesterday and what you must step away from now as you move towards tomorrow. The time is always right to pound your chest and let them know that you are here, to let them know that they will hear you, to let them know that they will see you. The time is always right to end your silence, to look at the person next to you and tell them to end their silence too. The time is always right to reclaim your narrative, to tell your story, to live with wild freedom in a place that asks you to control not only the way you see the world, but also the way you see yourself. The time is always right to say, I will not be a victim. I will be a survivor. I will be a savior. The time is right to remind yourself that you are going to be okay. The time is always right to love somebody, especially if that somebody is you. The time is always right to make today the day you proclaim that you deserve your ideas, your dreams, and your hopes. The time is always right to let waiting be something you don't do anymore. Now is the time. Now is the time. Whoa, that was good. That brought a slight tear to my eye. I will not be a victim. I will be a survivor. I will be a savior. Spread love. Exactly. Surround yourself with people who deserve your magic. One of the chief ways you show yourself love is by surrounding yourself with loving people. When you love yourself, you respect the sacred space you take up in the world. You recognize that no one who sucks your energy, puts you down, makes you feel small, or is unloving to you is entitled to your time. Look around you today and ask yourself, is there anyone in your life that is not showing you the good love you know you deserve? Being weird is when you love yourself enough to liberate yourself from the burden of trying to be normal. It is also when you are smart enough to know that there is no such thing as normal. Know that you are valuable. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are rare. How could anyone be better than you if you are the only you? I am the only me. I am rare. I am valuable. I am so worthy. I am weird. I am not normal in this crazy world. There's no such thing as normal. That's great. I always think I'm weird. I say that often, like I'm just being weird, but I'm not. I'm just being me. I like being me. I like being not normal. I like being not very rare. I like being not your average person. Just have to say that. This is how I feel about myself. This is how we all should feel about ourselves. This is why I say these things. Say this to yourself every single day until you believe it. It is true. It is real. You belong. That's what the book says. This is what I've been saying too. Say these things to yourself every day. Like this, like that's why it feels so good for me to say these things. Those of you who listen to me, even this is exactly what I do. This is exactly how I talk to myself. Okay, this felt really good. Thank you for putting a smile on my face. Yes. Did I? I want to put a smile on everyone's face. I want to put a smile on as many faces as I can. Okay. Thank you guys. Gotta go. Bye.